Prime Day is a chance to score some good deals, low prices, but buyer beware. There are scammers trying to use it to lure you in. Our cybersecurity expert, Dave Hatter, is with us today to show us some red flags. Dave, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, Sheila. Thanks for having me on, as always.
Yeah, so Dave, just how many fake Amazon websites are there? This number just amazed me. And how do they trick people?
Well, Sheila, it's known that there's at least 120,000, and those have cropped up in the last 2 months. So NordVPN, Nord is a fairly well-known cybersecurity-related company. They make a very well-known VPN product, has discovered at least 120,000 out there. And I say at least because there's probably more they haven't discovered. You know, the bad guys are constantly setting these things up. They found 92,000 that were geared towards phishing. Another 22,000 that were geared towards malware. You go there, it tries to download something like a keystroke logger to your computer. And then another 11,000 that were geared towards just fake goods or just, you know, straight up stealing your money, weren't necessarily cybersecurity related per se. So there's a lot out there, and you know, the bad guys are crafty. They know people are looking for good deals. They know people get excited by Prime Day, and they want to take advantage of that to try to steal your money.
Yeah, so what do they do to trick you? You mentioned phishing and things like that, like maybe send you an email, a text. What are some of the things you can expect them to do?
Yeah, Sheila, especially when you see these gigantic data dumps we have out there, right? You know, your data is everywhere, your phone number, your email address. It's really easy for the bad guys to send you a spoofed text or a spoofed email. It looks like it came from Amazon to the naked eye, whether it's email or text. They want you to click those links. They want to drive you to these fake websites, these spoofed websites that look exactly like the real thing. Again, it's super easy to copy a website or an email and then, you know, put that out there at huge volumes to thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people. They want to get you to go there, again, either steal your credentials so they can log into your Amazon account and buy things and steal your money, or just steal your money straight up because you go to a site where they download a keystroke logger, or you just pay for goods that you never get delivered. So
yeah, and I was reading an article too that said some people are getting phone calls impersonating Amazon. Is that right?
Yes, and I find that hilarious, Sheila. When's the last time you got a phone call from Amazon?
Never.
Do you really think? Try to call Amazon, see how easy it is to get them to answer
Right.
the phone. They're not going to call you and tell you about some special deal or there's a problem with your account. In fact, they're very clear about that. You know, Amazon has a page on their website at Amazon.com that tells you how to report fraud and scams and that sort of thing. It tells you what to look out for. So yeah, Amazon is not going to call you. They're not going to tell you to buy a gift card or anything like that. They're very clear about that on their own website. So if you get a call purporting to be from Amazon, you know, if you get an email or a text, whether it's a deal that's too good to be true or some sort of problem with your delivery or your account, stop, take a breath, and then go to Amazon.com. Open a new web browser, type in Amazon.com, and start there.
And not only that, I think to get the Prime deals, you have to be a Prime member anyway. So what are some ways to know that you are actually on the site? You mentioned typing in Amazon, maybe using the app, maybe signing in. You know, what are some ways to look and see that it's legitimate?
Yeah, Amazon's been very clear, for example, they won't ask you to make any kind of payments outside of their website or their app. You know, if you're a Prime member, log into the app, go to the website, type in Amazon.com yourself. Again, take a breath. Don't click any links in a text or an email because it's so easy to spoof. You go log into Amazon.com or use the Amazon app if you have that on your device. You know, as long as you're driving those transactions, you're initiating them yourself through a known trusted mechanism, whether it's the Amazon app or the Amazon website, you should be fine. Again, the bad guys are smart. They'll come at you, like you mentioned, even with the phone calls. Take a breath, slow down, use the app, use their website, and just be careful because, again, 120,000 websites in less than 2 months. They're always after your money, Sheila.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got to just take a breath and don't make it easy for them.
I think that's what you said is so key. Take a breath, slow down. And, you know, the savings maybe are just too good to be true that you're seeing there. Dave, thanks for the advice. Happy shopping.